Good morning. It's a rough morning this morning. First, a quick update on the mattress situation and the mold that I just shared with you guys. I used the bleach. I bleached the crap out of it a few times, aired it out really well, and so far so good. There doesn't seem to be but a couple of faded spots, and I'll go back over those with bleach again, see if I can get rid of them. But I think I'm pretty safe and just kind of waiting it out. Keep an eye on it, bleach it until I can rebuild and replace everything. So I do plan on doing that. I just don't feel like I'm fine in the desert, but once it gets too hot here and I have to move more north again and I start getting into moisture climates, I don't think that what I have is going to work, and I don't trust that the mold won't immediately come back because it's already been there once. So I do plan on this winter redoing that as soon as I can. But what I really want to talk about today is communication. It's probably the most difficult skill to learn, and you don't just learn it, you have to keep learning it and keep adapting to all the different people that you meet. There's a couple of different people that are difficult to communicate with right now that are in my life. One is the person whose brain works so fast that they don't remember what they told you, so they just keep repeating themselves. And you don't want to be rude and say, hey, you already told me this, we got stuff to do, or we gotta move on, or whatever. So I'm trying to figure out, how do I politely get this person to stop repeating themselves and telling me the same story over and over again, so we can move on to other things in a conversation when they get stuck in the loop without hurting their feelings or being rude. It's a new one on me, and I'm not exactly sure how to deal with it. The other is, how do you deal with a person who's perpetually angry? And what I mean like that is, they'll say something that bothers you, and they'll see it on your face and they'll say, I know, it's all right. But you don't actually get the feeling that they actually know what they've done or the effect that they're having. And when somebody tells me, I know, it's okay, for me, that's an open door saying, okay, we can discuss it now because I get that this is not a good thing, or this is something we need to work out, or we need to discuss, or whatever. So to me, that's opening the door for conversation. But then when you start to try to talk about it, they get angry and frustrated because you didn't hear the underlying whatever it was they were trying to say when they say, I know. It's like they're trying to say, I know, but I don't want to talk about it. What it sounds like they're saying, I know, let's talk about it. And trying to decipher, when are they opening the door for conversation and when are they actually shutting the door for conversation before they get frustrated and blow up angry unnecessarily because they've got anger issues. And you can't really tell somebody with anger issues that they have anger issues. That's just doesn't go well. I've always been told that I'm a good communicator. I've always felt like I was good at communicating with other people. And in the business realm, boy, I cannot talk today. In the business realm, it's always seemed to be the case that my emails, my letters, my phone conversations, personal conversations seem to be just fine. I don't seem to frustrate people or make them angry. And I seem to be able to manage to get things done when they need to be done. Help when help needs to be given. Things like that. lighten the load, lighten the mood when it needs to happen. So, having a reputation for being a good communicator, having a track record of being a good communicator in my professional life, I'm struggling with apparently being a poor communicator in my personal life. Do any of you know people like this? People whose brains think fast, and they're either in their heads because they can't help it, or in their heads because they prefer it. And I apologize for tripping over my words. As you know, I don't plan these conversations. I just say them out loud as I'm thinking. So even I have a brain that works faster than my mouth, which is probably really good, because sometimes you engage your mouth before your brain and then you just end up eating your foot. Anyway, I'm not sure what to do. But as usual, I don't want to give up either. Does that make me a glutton for punishment? Or a fool? Maybe both? I'm not sure. How do you decide when you're just not going to be able to communicate with somebody and you should just walk away? How do you decide that the few times that you can't communicate, the rest of the time it's worth sticking around and having that friendship, that relationship, and just muddling through the times that you can't communicate? How does a person decide these things? And aren't we supposed to have it all figured out by now? Lots to think about. Y'all have a good day.